Hi, everyone. Welcome to Everyday Real English from Real Life podcast.
Welcome to Real English Podcast. I'm Annie.
And I'm Brendy.
Please take a second to like, subscribe, and share the Real English Podcast with your friends.
It might feel fast, but that's just how Americans talk.
Yeah.
You'll hear it again later, so no pressure.
So today, we're taking a deep dive into a topic that, well, it seems super simple on the surface.
But it's actually kind of a secret weapon in the English language.
Exactly. We are talking about the art of giving and accepting compliments. And, you know, in American culture, telling a complete stranger that you love their shoes isn't just a polite habit.
No, not at all. It's actually a high-stakes survival tool.
Right. But I think a lot of English learners, they treat compliments as just empty flattery.
Yeah, they think of them as just extra words, like words that aren't really necessary for getting things done.
But if you watch native speakers closely, you'll see that compliments are doing a lot of heavy lifting in our daily lives.
Oh, definitely. They replace standard greetings. They break the ice with new people.
Yeah, and they even act as a soft cushion before delivering difficult feedback at work.
Exactly. When you give someone a compliment, you are doing much more than just stating a fact about their clothing.
You are sending a psychological signal to them. You're basically telling them, I see you, I value you, and I want to connect with you.
It builds immediate trust. But here is the challenge for learners.
Right, the danger zone.
Yes. If you don't know the cultural rules, or if you simply translate directly from your native language, the interaction can become very awkward very quickly.
Which is exactly why we are going to break down how this works step by step today. We want you to feel completely confident.
We really do. But before we explore those deep, meaningful conversations, we have to start with the foundational building blocks.
I like to think of these basic patterns like a trusty pocket knife.
A pocket knife.
Yeah.
I love that comparison.
Yeah, because, you know, if you try to carry a massive toolbox around with you everywhere, you're going to look ridiculous.
Right, and you'll waste time digging around for the perfect tool in every simple conversation.
Exactly. But a pocket knife is small. You just keep it in your pocket, it's universally understood, and it handles 90% of everyday situations.
That is a perfect way to look at it. You really don't need a massive vocabulary for everyday small talk. You just need a few reliable formulas.
So let's open up that pocket knife. What is our first foundational pattern?
The first one focuses on expressing your own preference. The formula is simply the words, I like or I love, followed by the thing you are complimenting.
Okay, so if you are at a coffee shop, you might say to the person next to you, I like your jacket.
Right. Or in a professional setting, you could say to a coworker, I love your project idea.
I do want to point out something important here, though. In English, we use the word love very casually.
We really do. You don't have to feel deep, passionate emotion to say you love someone's new haircut.
No, it just means you think it's great. It's a very safe pattern.
It is. Once you're comfortable with that, you can try the second pattern. This one shifts the focus directly onto the person.
Okay, what's the formula?
It is the phrase, you're really, followed by an adjective. Remember, an adjective is simply a word that describes something.
Got it. So using this pattern, you could say, you're really kind.
Exactly. Or you could say, you're really good at explaining things.
This one feels a bit more personal than the first one. You're no longer just talking about an object, like a jacket.
Right. You are talking directly about their personality or their abilities.
And what is our third essential pattern?
The third one is perfect for complimenting an event, an action, or a specific result. The formula is the phrase, that was, followed by an adjective.
Okay, so a great example of this would be walking out of a movie and saying, that was amazing.
Or if you just watched your team member present a new idea at work, you could say, that was an excellent proposal.
These three patterns are your conversational pocket knife. And now we are going to practice saying them together.
Yes. I want you to focus on the rhythm and the pronunciation. We will go slowly.
Let us practice this together. I want you to repeat after me. I will say the phrase slowly and clearly first. Then I will pause to let you speak. Finally, I will repeat it one more time. Here is the first pattern. Repeat after me. I like your jacket.
Let's slow it down so you can hear every sound.
I like your jacket.
Excellent work. Try it one more time.
I like your jacket.
Perfect. Now let's try the second pattern. Focus on making the words flow naturally.
Repeat after me. You're really kind.
Let's do it nice and slow now.
You're really kind.
You are doing great. One last time.
You're really kind.
Beautiful. Now for the final basic pattern.
Repeat after me. That was amazing.
And take your time and pronounce every syllable.
That was amazing.
Spot on. And one last time.
That was amazing.
Beautifully done. Remember, those 3 simple phrases alone will help you navigate almost any casual situation in English.
But you know, a pocket knife is only good for simple tasks. You wouldn't use it to carve a detailed wooden statue.
No, definitely not.
In the same way, sometimes a basic, I like your shirt, or good job is just not enough.
Right. If you are trying to build a real relationship, whether that's making a new friend or impressing a manager, you have to make the compliment more meaningful.
So how do we level up?
The first step is to make it specific. A generic good job is nice to hear, but it is easily forgotten.
Yeah, it doesn't actually prove that you are paying attention to the person.
Exactly. Compare a generic good job with a specific statement like, you explained that financial data so clearly.
That is a huge difference. I like to compare a generic compliment to handing someone a cheap greeting card.
Oh, that's a good analogy.
Right. It's polite, but they will probably just throw it in the trash later. A specific compliment is like handing someone a handwritten letter.
Because you are proving to the person that you actually listen to them. Specificity makes it stick in their memory.
What's the second way to level up?
The second way is to add your own personal feeling to the statement. Attach a real emotion to it.
How do we do that?
After you state the specific compliment, follow it up with a phrase like, I really appreciate that, or it makes my day better.
Let's see how that transforms a sentence. Instead of just saying, you are so organized, you could say.
You are so organized. I really appreciate that because it makes our team project so much easier.
Wow, yeah. By sharing your personal feeling, you turn a simple observation into a moment of genuine human connection.
Exactly. You're showing them the positive impact they have on your life. And there's a third strategy, which is incredibly important in American work environments.
No, I know this one. You shouldn't just compliment the final result. You should compliment the effort.
Yes. I notice this happens constantly in corporate culture. People don't just say, good report. They say, I can tell you researched this deeply.
Why is complimenting the effort so important here?
It connects to a deep cultural value. American culture highly respects hard work and dedication, sometimes even more than natural talent.
That makes sense. Often people struggle quietly behind the scenes to produce a good result.
Right. And if you only praise the final product, you miss a chance to validate that hidden struggle.
So you can say things like, I can tell you worked really hard on this.
Or you
Right.
put a lot of thought into it. Validating someone's effort builds incredible loyalty.
Okay, so we have our basic formulas, and we have strategies to make them deeper. But I am curious about the boundaries here.
What do you mean?
Well, if we are supposed to add emotion and be specific, how do we avoid sounding, well, strained?
Ah, yes. There's a fine line between being wonderfully sincere and making an interaction completely awkward.
Welcome to the danger zone.
Exactly. We want your English to sound warm, not weird. Let's unpack the most common traps learners fall into.
The first mistake is going back to being too general. Imagine someone shows you a beautiful painting they spent weeks working on.
Can you just look at it and say, nice?
Right, it actually sounds like you don't care at all. Single-word responses can sound totally dismissive.
Yes, even if you mean well. But the opposite mistake is also very common. Sometimes learners use language that is unnatural or far too strong for a casual situation.
Oh, I see this happen all the time. A learner might want to thank a coworker for fixing a simple paper jam in the printer.
And they look at them and say, you are a perfect human being. You possess the greatest mind of our generation.
Yes. It's too much.
It feels overly intense. In casual American culture, extreme praise for a small task feels insincere.
Right. You should keep your positive words grounded in reality. Instead, just say, you are a lifesaver, or you are really good with these machines.
Exactly. Another major part of the danger zone involves taboo topics. Things you simply should not compliment in English.
This is crucial. You must avoid complimenting someone's weight or their body size.
Absolutely. Even if you think you're saying something kind like, "You look so skinny today," it implies that you are closely judging their body.
Body image is highly sensitive, and this will almost always make the person uncomfortable.
You should also avoid complimenting someone's personal finances. Saying, "Your new car looks incredibly expensive," sounds like you are judging their social status.
That makes perfect sense. Stick to the safe categories: skills, clothing, general appearance, or personality.
But all the mistakes we just discussed, there is one that is considered the absolute worst.
The biggest mistake you can make with a compliment is ignoring it.
Yes. It is such a painful moment to watch. Someone gives a lovely compliment and the receiver just freezes.
They look at the floor, they stay completely silent, or they pretend they didn't hear it. Why is this such a big problem?
Think of a compliment like a conversational game of tennis. When someone compliments you, they are hitting the ball over the net to you.
And if you ignore it, you just let the ball hit you and roll away.
Exactly. The game completely stops. You are essentially rejecting a social gift. It leaves the other person feeling foolish and awkward.
But wait, let me challenge you on this. In many cultures around the world, true politeness means you must aggressively disagree with a compliment.
Oh, that's true.
If someone says I am a smart worker, my native culture might require me to say that I am actually very foolish and slow. Shouldn't we be humble in English too?
That is a fascinating cultural difference. In English, it is perfectly fine to be a little bit modest. You might say, "Well, it wasn't a big deal."
But you shouldn't strongly disagree.
No, if you aggressively reject the praise, it completely backfires.
It backfires because you are basically insulting their judgment. If I tell you your presentation was amazing and you argue with me,
I'm essentially telling you that you have terrible taste. I'm saying you don't know what a good presentation looks like.
right, you are forcing the person who gave the compliment to suddenly argue with you to prove you did a good job.
It creates unnecessary friction. So even if you feel shy, keep the response simple. Do not overly reject the praise.
What are the best natural responses?
A warm thank you is always correct.
Yeah.
Or if it is a very meaningful compliment, you can say, "That means a lot."
That is a huge relief. A simple thank you that means a lot handles the situation beautifully.
So now that we have explored the basic formulas, the strategies for deep connection, the danger zone, and the responses,
It is time to put it all together. We're going to do 3 realistic role plays.
I want you, the listener, to pay close attention. Listen to the specific words we use and the tone of our voices.
And pay attention to how the compliment is gracefully accepted.
Our first situation takes place at work. One of us is complimenting the other on helping with a difficult project.
Listen for the focus on complimenting effort. Okay, here we go.
"Hey, I just wanted to stop by and say thank you for your help at the marketing report today. You did an amazing job."
Oh, thank you.
I really mean it. The way you organized the data was incredibly clear. I can tell you put a lot of extra thought into formatting the charts so the team could understand them.
Wow, that means a lot to me. I was working on those charts quite late last night, so I am really glad they were clear. Thank you for saying that.
Okay, let's break down why that works so well. I started with the basic pocket knife phrase, "Amazing job."
But you didn't stop there. You immediately leveled up. Right. I mentioned exactly why it was amazing, the data was clear, and I complimented your hidden effort.
Yes, you acknowledged the extra thought I put into it, and when it was my turn to respond, I didn't argue with you.
No, you accepted the praise by saying, that means a lot.
And I shared a tiny bit of history about working late, which kept the conversation flowing naturally. Let's move to our second situation.
This is a very casual daily life interaction. We are just 2 friends meeting for coffee, and I noticed something new.
Listen for the basic "I like" pattern. "Hey, it's so good to see you. Oh, I really like your glasses. Are they new?"
Thanks. Yeah, I just got them last week. I was a little worried the frames were too big, but I am getting used to them.
No, they are great. That style looks really good on you.
Okay, let's pause. That is a classic example of casual small talk.
Yep. I use the simple, safe pattern. "I really like your glasses."
And my response was simply to accept it with a warm thanks. I didn't deny it.
But you did redirect the conversation slightly by giving a tiny bit of personal history about buying them.
Exactly. This is how you keep a conversation moving forward instead of hitting a dead end.
Finally, let's look at our third situation. This is a deeper, much more meaningful compliment about a person's personality.
This is the kind of interaction that builds real, lasting friendship. Here we go. I just wanted to tell you that I really admire how patient you are.
Really? You think so?
Absolutely. When we were dealing with that incredibly difficult customer earlier, you stayed so calm and generous with your time. It really makes the whole room feel less stressed. I appreciate that.
Wow, thank you so much. I honestly try my best in those situations, so I really appreciate you noticing that.
That interaction felt very warm and connected. I used a specific example about the difficult customer to prove that my compliment was absolutely sincere.
And you also added your personal feeling when you said, I appreciate that.
Notice how you responded too. You initially asked a clarifying question. Really? You think so?
Yes, this is a natural way to show a little bit of modest surprise without actually rejecting the compliment. Then I close with a simple thank you.
We are going to take a moment for some speaking training right here. We are going to practice a key phrase from these role plays.
It is the perfect, polite way to accept a meaningful compliment in English. The phrase is, thank you, that means a lot.
Repeat after me. Thank you. That means a lot.
Let's slow it way down. Listen to the pronunciation.
Thank you. That means a lot.
Very good. Let's try it one more time at normal speed.
Thank you. That means a lot.
Beautifully done. Remember to keep your tone warm and sincere when you say it, and you will navigate any compliment smoothly.
So to summarize our deep dive today, if you want to master English small talk and build real connections, remember the core rules.
First, start building your foundation with simple pocket knife patterns. I like your shirt. You're really kind.
Right. Do not overcomplicate everyday interactions. Second, when you want to build a deeper relationship, level up your compliments.
Make them highly specific, like a handwritten letter. Acknowledge the invisible effort someone put in.
And share your personal feelings about how their actions helped you. Third, stay out of the danger zone.
Yes, keep your positive words grounded in reality. Avoid sensitive topics like weight and money.
And whatever you do not drop the tennis ball. Never ignore a compliment and never aggressively argue with the person praising you.
Just smile and say thank you.
Now, before we wrap up today, I want to leave you with one final slightly provocative thought.
Oh, what is it?
Well, it's something for you to think about as you go through your week. We spend a lot of time worrying about how to give a compliment so that the other person feels good.
Right.
But psychological studies actually show that giving a genuine compliment might benefit you even more than the person receiving it.
Wait, really? That is a fascinating concept. How exactly does that work?
It has to do with how our brains filter information. When you make it a daily habit to look for specific, nice things to say to people, you are actually training your own brain to scan the world for the positive.
Ah, I see. Instead of focusing on problems, you force yourself to notice the good in your environment.
Exactly. You notice the hard work of your coworkers and the kindness of your friends. Giving a sincere compliment literally boosts your own mood.
It fundamentally changes how you see the world around you.
It truly is a win-win situation. You make their day much better, and you train your own mind to be happier.
So your mission for today is to go out into the world and give someone a sincere, specific compliment in English.
Do not be afraid of making a mistake. They will appreciate your effort, and it will rapidly build your speaking confidence.
Thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive. Keep practicing, keep speaking, and remember that making mistakes is simply a natural part of the learning journey.
Please do not forget to like, subscribe, and share the Real English podcast with anyone who is learning English.
We absolutely love building this community of learners with you.
And if you want to review today's lesson, I uploaded a free PDF summary in the description and in the comments. Feel free to download it and study at your own pace.